Yo, 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 what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Moore. I did not know how to start this video. As you can see on the title, it says Shadow Slave. For those of you who don't know what Shadow Slave is, it's a web novel. A really, 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 really good web novel that's done many numbers, done a lot of other stuff. People talk about it a lot. At least that's how I found out about it, And the author, Guilty 3 or G3, he's been on a break for a month and a couple of days. During that break, I thought, and I was like, you know what? I got this YouTube channel that I only do reactions on. I want to do something different on it. And I decided that I'm going to review Shadow Slave. And it's really good about it. Is Shadow Slaves is daily. Hopefully it stays like that. Please, G3. And so I can talk about it every day. I fucking love Shadow Slave. You know what I'm saying? So, yep. And then let's get to the review, bro. I mean, it's my first review. I'm sorry. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm going to try, getting better. But we're basically just going to talk about the ship of Theseus. So the first chapter, 2721. Not 2722. 2722 is alright. Maybe I'll talk about it at the end. But 2721, the ship of Theseus. Let's talk about it. First, Theseus, for those of you who don't know, it's I don't know if he's a god. I think he's just a demigod, but from Greek mythology. And the only reason I know of him is because I played God of War as I grew up. So I know him. He was a boss in that game. From each to each media, people portray different characters different ways. So in here, they talk about Theseus a little bit. I guess he was a monster, half human, Nephilim, the Dream Spawn, Asterion. Exactly, bro. Asterion is fucking back, man. Right? And I guess he won. He won, or he's winning. Literally, we cut from as soon as it starts, it's a time skip, bro. Of like literally all of humanity against Cassie and Mordred. While Cassie, like, shit is fucked. It's fucked. And I don't know what's going on, bro. Honestly, I had to reread the chapter 3-4 times to understand even a tiny bit of what the fuck went down. But let me tell you, I wrote some down. I wrote stuff down, bro. I was ready when I thought about making videos and shit. I was ready, bro. I started writing. I don't normally write. That's crazy. So let me tell you what I understood from the chapter. Right? You're gonna see me reading. But basically, yeah, Asterion is winning. Only Cassie and Mordred are left. Asterion, even Nephis was taken over by what? Asterion's domain. Sunny wasn't mentioned at all, right? Sunny, he wasn't mentioned at all. But then we see out of nowhere, while Cassie is like losing her mind. I don't know if she's trying to, she might be becoming a supreme Nastria. I'm not gonna lie, but we'll get to that in a bit though. With her trying to find herself or whatever, going through memories, you know how Cassie ability is, all of that. She sees a conversation between Nether and Weaver. Two fucking demons. And I guess that's whenever Weaver first came to the Ebony Tower. Right? But, like I said earlier, Sunny wasn't mentioned if he was taken over or not. But 100 Saints, Nightwalker included, the GOAT, shout out to Nightwalker. 100 Saints, 1,000 Masters, Hella Awakened, basically all of humanity. Nephis was taken over too. They said the Fire Keepers and their master. Okay? Nephis was taken over. Sunny wasn't mentioned, but since we see a conversation between Nether and Weaver, I'm assuming Sunny got taken over too. Especially since the last chapter before G3 went on a break, we see Sunny talking to Eurus, and he mentions Asterion out of nowhere. That's that. He keeps forgetting Oblivion, even though that doesn't have to do anything with the chapter. I want to know, like, what y'all think about that. He keeps forgetting about Oblivion, the demon Oblivion, or the demon of Oblivion, whatever. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Sunny. Hopefully yours didn't get taken over by Asterion's domain, And back to Cassie with her supremacy thing. Look, that's what I assumed when I read it. Look, I wrote it down. Yeah, so she's either going through some backlash from her, like, getting so many POVs, trying to, like, I don't know, counter Asterion's influence or something like that, and then she's just getting the backlash. She's getting all this backlash from it, right? Going through so many POVs, and maybe through it she'll become a Supreme, or she's just outright right now just naturally about to become a Supreme. While like, you know, obviously not outright, because humanity got all taken over and whatever, all of that. Nephis, maybe Sunny possibly got taken over. So, you know, Cassie's mind is in shambles. She's fucked up. So maybe through that, she's gonna, you know, figure out what is her act of defiance is going to be to become a Supreme. And I only say naturally because when Mordred is teasing her and, you know, like talking shit, basically talking about, yo, you know, we could have avoided all of this if you have let me loose, but, you know, you're too soft. You and Nephis and Sunny, obviously, he's saying y'all too soft, y'all, you know, then that's why we're in this predicament. But when she said I'm not defeated yet, the way G3 describes her tone is full of defiance instead of, like, it could have said full of confidence. Okay, full of confidence, because, you know, I'm not defeated. She's confident, but she's saying defiance. Why did he describe it as defiance? Unless she's becoming a Supreme. That, or Mordred is a Supreme. So her talking to him that way is not the act of defiance to become a Supreme, but, you know, she's being defiant, basically. And that's all I wrote, actually. So I don't know what to talk about anymore. Yeah, that's the chapter. I don't know. A lot of weird stuff, like G3 say. He's been teasing it, bro. He's been teasing it. A lot of, you know, weird stuff is gonna happen. And I want to talk about, you know, why I think Cassie's gonna become a Supreme, for sure. Not only because the next chapter right after that is as soon as, you know, Asterion basically got to the like, we're back to the flow of time where we left off. She's, you know, in a bar. Out of nowhere, I forgot what it said they were doing, and out of nowhere she meets this supposed master that was that, you know, made some heroic acts or whatever. He's basically known in Antarctica and then later in Godgrave or whatever. But who the fuck is that master, right? That's not my point. Who is that? I just want to know. Do you have any ideas? But then out of nowhere, he talks about, you know, Theseus and whatever, basically a Nephilim. His story is basically describing Nephilim, which is who Asterion. Turns out Asterion is talking to her. Like, you know, I was from there. Thank God, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I don't really care about all that stuff. I think since when we went back to the normal time, instead of going back to Sunny, maybe even Cassie or Nephis, could even be Rain or anybody. Or it could even went back to Sunny and yours talking. And went immediately to, I don't know, you could say a couple of days of time skip to Cassie meeting Asterion, right? I think Cassie is going to be a hard counter. Not a really hard counter, but, like, she could somewhat counter Asterion's influence. Because of her, like, they always say, other than Sunny, she has the best memory, damn near. Like, or memory, whatever, like, you know, her powers. I don't know how to explain it. She's going to be like a minor. You could say a minor counter to it. That's why I think she's going to become a Supreme. By becoming a Supreme, they'll have an advantage. Maybe she'll take some guys with higher ranks. So Sunny, Nephis, some of the Saints, back to, like, basically away from his influence. And then that's when she's going to turn the tide of battle. Basically, when we get back to wherever chapter 27, 21, what's going on, when we get back to that, and I think that will be for a long time, at least get 70 chapters, maybe I'm just assuming. By the time we get there, it's gonna be basically Cassie's trying to become like, she's either about to become Supreme or she's about to become Supreme. Either that or that, bro, or we're fucked. Or maybe, I don't know, Mordred does something, she has to become Supreme. If actually everybody got taken over, Mordred by himself is not turning the tide of battle. He's only going to make it worse. You know how Mordred is. We all know. So, man, we're fucked, bro. That's it. We're fucked. Asterion is winning, and I don't know what to fucking to do, bro. I can't wait for tomorrow's chapters. And by the way, I'll try getting these chapters every day, or not chapter, these reviews every day, because obviously I read it every day. But sometimes G3 releases the chapters like 9-10 p.m. You know, I work, man, so it's like sometimes you'll probably get the review a day later, or maybe I'll double up like 2 reviews in one. I don't know. We'll see, man. You know, but I'm gonna try to be consistent. I love you guys for reading Shadow Slave, since I love it too. And I'll see y'all tomorrow, maybe in the next one, man. Not maybe, for sure. Tomorrow or the day after for the next review, man. It's been your boy Moo World, and I'm gone.